Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. For today's video, I wanted to talk about all of my favorite Morphe brushes that I like using for the face and the eyes. And it's just going to be strictly about Morphe brushes. If you do want to know what other brushes I like, leave it in the comments below and I can do another one of these for you. But today it's just going to be talking about the Morphe brushes. The reason why I wanted to do this video is I thought, the holidays are just around the corner because STEM is like flying by way too quickly. And I thought this would be perfect for either if you wanted to buy some brushes for yourself or for a friend. Maybe they can use it to either add to their collection or even just do a whole starter kit. But yeah, if you guys want to know what brushes I like, just keep watching. The first brush I'm going to talk about is the Morphe M439, and this one is really good for foundation. I love this brush because it doesn't suck up a lot of your product like some other brushes do, and it also makes your skin look super flawless. When you blend it out, you basically buff it into the skin in circular motions, and your skin looks flawless. For concealer, I either prefer using a beauty blender or sometimes when I want a little bit more coverage, I do like using a brush. And the one that I like using is the Morphe E45. And I do know that they redid this collection, but they're all pretty much the same name, just they have the red tips. So anytime I say the E collection, which is referring to the Elite collection, it's now Elite 2, but they are all still the same numbers. So this one for concealer is the E45. A really good powder brush that I like using to set the under eye area as well as like the center of the face is the Morphe M438 brush. And I like using this because as you can see it like tapers to a point, which makes it really easy to get into like tighter corners, like for example under the eye area you can just get right up in there. So that one is the Morphe M438. For bronzer, I have two brushes to share with you. The first one is going to be the Morphe M177, and I really like this brush for bronzing the skin, like if you want an all-over bronzer. As you can see, it is a little bit bigger, but with the goat hair, it makes it go on more naturally. So it's just good for like bronzing up the skin and getting into more areas and just helping it look super natural. If you want something a little bit more towards like for contouring, the perfect brush is the Morphe M523. And as you can see, it kind of is like flat and goes to like a little point at the top. And what I really like about it is it gets directly in the hollows of the cheeks, but since it still has the goat hair, it's going to come off more naturally, which is nice. For blush, I like using the E4, and this one is really good because it gets directly on the apples of the cheeks. It just like fits right there, and it also has like the duo fiber tips, so basically you're not getting as much product on the face, which is nice because sometimes blush can be, a little intense, especially if you have a heavy hand. So this will help blend it out. For highlighting, I like using the M501. This one is really good because as you can see it goes to a point, so you get a very precise application. It also fits, down the bridge of the nose or on the tip of the nose, and it also diffuses the color a little bit so you don't get any like intense streaks or anything like that. So that is going to be the M501. Moving on to the eyes, the first brush I'm going to talk about is the M173. You guys have seen me use this in plenty of my videos when it comes to priming my eyes. I typically use this with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It's really good because all I do is like dab it really quick one time and it basically covers the whole entire eye area, so you're not using as much product as if I would go in with my fingers. I was constantly dipping back in and taking more product, where this you don't have to use that much and it covers a lot of areas. This next brush is the M224, and I like using this with concealer. It's really good for like cleaning up any, like if you mess up on your wing, it's really good at cleaning it up, sharpening it out, as well as like when I do a cut crease, it carves it out very nicely. So that's pretty much the only things I really use this one for, but it is really good with concealer. For blending brushes, I have three to share with you. The first one is going to be M441, and again this is with the goat hair, so this one is really good for transition shades, especially if you have some darker shades that you want just to add a little bit of the color but you don't want to get so much product on the brush. This one is really good for putting it in the transition shades. It helps blend things out, and yeah, that's going to be the M441. The next one is the E27. I don't know what it is with this brush, but this brush is a miracle worker. If you guys don't have it, be sure to pick this one up out of all of the ones I'm talking about. This one's amazing for blending out, especially if you have trouble with some harder shadows where you get some harsh lines, anything like that. This one is perfect for blending those out. The last blending brush I'm going to talk about is the M433. This one is really good. As you can see, it like tapers up and it's a little bit thinner than the other ones. It's not as fluffy. So this one is going to be more precise. It's really good for getting like right in the crease and keeping it direct. If you're looking for ones to be staples in your collection, this is one of them. So definitely get this one. It's the M433. The next brush is the M421. This one I like using for either highlighting the brow bone or packing shadows on the lid. It's very similar into how it applies like the MAC 242, so if you have some loose pigments or you have pigments that you want to spray with Fix Plus, this one is really good for packing it on the lid. Moving on to the lower lash line, I have two brushes to share with you and then we're done. So we're almost there, hang in there. The first one is the M432. This is like a flat definer brush. It's very dense, so you basically dab in to the pigments and you get so much color payoff. And I basically packed this right as close to the lower lash line as possible, and it comes off almost like a liner. Like, that's how much pigment you get. So this one, again, definitely recommend. It's the M432. And the last brush that I have to share with you is going to be the E36. This is a pencil brush. It's perfect for smoking out the lower lash line. The reason why this one is my favorite, because there are many other ones, but I absolutely love this one because it's not scratchy. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced it where, you know, you're smoking out the lower lash line and it's literally like painful. This one is not like that. So that is going to be the E36. You have now made it to the end. If you guys have fully watched this video, thank you so much, because yes, I know it's just me talking about brushes, but I really appreciate it. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Maybe it helped you guys out on what brushes you want to purchase in the future. If you guys want to see future videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.